Hey everyone, and welcome to the Why Not podcast, hosted by me, Yvonne, and Chrissy. In a world where everyone is asking you why, we are asking why not.
Hi, my name's Chrissy. I'm a personal trainer, gym enthusiast, and part-time equestrian. My goal here is to help people feel better about themselves by helping them strengthen their mindset and their body image. And I want them to be able to do things that they never thought they could believe possible. So if that sounds like something you want to do, I want to help you.
Hey everyone, my name is Yvonne and I'm 29. I'm a body positive feminist yoga teacher. Been on this journey of self-discovery for the last few years, really just learning how to take better care of myself, fill my life with self-love, and just learning how to be kind and gentle to others along the way. I'm really interested in all things mental health and personal development.
I think, or at least all the different names of religions wouldn't be a thing. It would just be a general spiritualness. I don't know, but I feel like I've had some really, really bad experiences with organized religion, and I think I'm a bit bitter about it. Hello everyone, you're very welcome to Why Not. Chrissy, how are you?
I am good, and how are you, Yvonne?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm lying in the sun on my couch in lockdown number 2.
I'm lying under my bed, under my bedsheet in lockdown number 2.
Yeah, I kind of made a little recording studio with a blanket, so it's kind of like a curtain.
Yeah.
So hopefully it works. It usually does.
Yeah. It tends to work all right for me as well.
Yeah.
There's nothing strange in my recording studio at lockdown number 2.
Me neither. I have no special equipment.
No, same.
If only people knew the glamour behind it all.
Very cozy though.
Very. It's a cozy way to record.
It really is. During the summer it was awful, but now it's amazing.
Yeah, torture in the summer, but now it's like, oh yeah, I'm getting into my recording studio.
Woohoo! Getting warm.
So today we have something a little bit different for you. We're going to carry this over 2 weeks. We are going to interview each other with 10 questions to get to know the deeper side of ourselves. And so this week, Chrissy is going to ask me the 10 questions, and next week I'm going to ask Chrissy the 10 questions. So maybe as well, it might be a good opportunity if you're listening that you could ask yourself these questions. You could journal about it or ask whatever you feel. So hopefully it goes well. We have no idea. It's something a little bit different.
Yeah, so this is the Yvonne episode today.
Woo! Get to know me.
Okay, so I suppose we may as well get started here.
Yeah.
So question number 1 is, what is the best and what was the worst moment of your life? Very dramatic.
What an opening. Okay. Best moment of my life. Oh, best moments of my life.
The moment I met Mark and Joe's.
Oh, no, not that one. But possibly when Mark proposed. That was one of the best moments of my life. That was amazing. Yeah, I think that probably was the best moment of my life to date.
That's okay.
Yeah. It was so nice just knowing that someone is saying that they're going to love you forever and is that committed to loving you, that they know that it's a forever commitment. That's super special. I mean, obviously me and Mark have been together for a really, really long time. I already knew that our commitment was a lifetime commitment. I'd never, to be honest, from early days I kind of thought that we were in it for the long run. But yeah, that moment when someone declares that they're going to love you forever, that you're that lovable, that you have impacted that person's life enough for them to say, you and me, we're in this for life. That was very special.
And you got a big shiny ring too.
I got a big diamond ring.
But more importantly, the love part.
Love, but the ring is cool too.
Here's me, it's I'm just jealous I don't have one yet.
You'll get one. It is like I I didn't know how much that moment would impact me. Like I didn't really know how special that moment would be until it happened. And it was like it was very, very nice.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say something you think about, but then you don't realize until it actually
Yeah.
happens.
I think it is. Yeah, it's just that thing that like it's just I probably never felt so like accepted and loved because he was saying like, you know, and Mark has seen me through my best and worst times and, you know, he was saying that he wants to be with me forever. And yeah, it's just I think yeah, I just never felt so loved than that moment.
Also segues into, as you said, best and worst. What is the worst time?
Oh, worst time. Oh, okay.
Or moment?
Worst moment. Probably when I was in Colombia. Yeah, I found Colombia really hard in general. There was like more than one occasion that was I could have considered my worst moment, but like I remember specifically sitting in we stayed in this kind of like eco place once. It was like really cool actually. It was like up the mountain, all like everything was like hand built. It was so cool, like but there I just was not like mentally in a good place and I was like sitting in our little shack with the like mosquito net around our bed but there was like loads of bugs outside the mosquito net like just trying to get in and like so I had the lights off so that the bugs went away and I was just like sitting in the dark with this mosquito net around me. Mark had stayed down with the other people in the resort and was like socializing with them, but I just honestly couldn't even talk. I was so anxious. I just like went up there on my own and like sat with the lights off with all these bugs around me, and I was just like, I want to go home. I am not well, and I was like mentally and physically not good. So yeah, that was tough, and from then on, like I think like you know my stomach was just so bad then because I was so anxious so like I basically just felt like I was going to vomit all the time and we had to get like 3 flights to get back home and like I literally felt like I was going to vomit for that entire like 24 hours. It was like oh god, it was
Ooh.
not great. So that's probably one of my worst times.
Yeah, that does not sound enjoyable.
It was not, it really was not.
Let's bring it back to a nicer question.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll bring the mood back up. What is your favorite book?
Yay! So many books in
Yay!
general are my favorite. Probably there's one book that I read in college called Breath by Tim Winton. And oh, it's just amazing. It like follows this kind of surfer guy and he does like free diving. Is that what it's called? So like, you know, just swims really, really deep without any oxygen. So tries to like hold his breath for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
And he's also into sexual asphyxiation.
Jeez.
It's yeah, it's just an awesome book. I can't really remember the plot to be honest. I just know that that's like two of the main points is that like he likes to be choked during sex and he really likes to swim and hold his breath and it's really good. It's awesome. And also the Philip Pullman His Dark Materials.
Oh, they were
That
class.
oh so good.
I feel like I want to reread them actually because they were really good. I really love them.
I really do want to reread them. They're so amazing.
Also, did you see the BBC TV show?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I really
Yeah.
want to.
I wanted to see it because I was like, it may not get fucked up because BBC are making it.
Yeah, the movie was so bad.
Was there a movie? I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, it hurts my heart. It's so bad. Don't even watch it. Like it's not worth it.
I won't.
But I will definitely give the show a go.
Yeah, I'd give them a go because so they tend to do stuff well. Okay, next one is what are you most thankful for?
Mm, I think I am most thankful for my education. I think I have been so lucky being born into the life I've been born into where I have an opportunity to be educated I have an opportunity to learn so much stuff, like in college and school, all of it. Like, I think, just to be honest, having access to an education is something that we need to be so grateful for, because so many people, so many women especially, just do not have access to education. And it's kind of given me so many worldviews that are really like detrimental to who I am. I mean, I don't think I would be such a strong feminist if I hadn't studied in university. And that's, yeah, like, I think that's a huge part of who I am, is being a feminist. And I think it's given me my love of reading, of writing, and like my access to critical thinking, which I don't think everyone has. And I think, like, looking at everything with a critical eye is so important.
Mm.
And when I say a critical eye, I don't mean criticizing, I mean like analyzing, you know? Yeah, I think it's also made me like quite a diplomatic person,
Yeah.
which again I think is like my personality type, but I've had the ability and the opportunity to let that part of myself grow and actually be able to look at both sides of things really fairly, and, you know, yeah, I guess look at everything critically and be able to actually make an informed decision rather than just be like, blah, I think this. Um,
Does Facebook help you?
so yeah, I think my education is what I'm most thankful for.
That's an interesting one, actually. Okay, what's one thing that people always misunderstand about you?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think people probably think I am more confident than I actually am.
Yeah.
I think people probably think that I'm very chatty and friendly and bubbly and stuff, and I am those things. But also, often when I'm like that, it's because I'm covering up for being actually feeling quite shy.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I'm feeling the most shy, the most awkward and uncomfortable in a situation, and I really am just like, oh, I don't know how to deal with this, that's when I'll like burst out with being super chatty. And like, you know, I think then people will probably be like, oh yeah, Yvonne's full of confidence. She's like well able to chat in front of loads of people, but actually I'm feeling very, very shy and uncomfortable. Often when I tell people like I was quite quiet in school, they're like, what? You were quiet? And I'm like, yeah, I actually was. Usually when I get to know people better, that's when I'm able to be quieter around them. And if I can be my quiet self around people, that means like I trust them and I've made a good friendship with them. And also, I guess, yeah, sometimes I can just be a giddy mess, and that's fine too. But yeah, I think people probably think I am more outgoing than I am.
Okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
get that. You do project, like, you know what I mean? I say you do project. You don't seem shy when you're in social situations, for sure.
Yeah, and like I'm not always, I guess. And I think what's helped is that I've accepted that I'm kind of an introvert, and that's actually helped me come out of my shell, weirdly enough. It's kind of, I don't understand how that works, but being able to be like, yeah, I'm actually quite an introvert and I like doing things on my own, and I like, you know, cozy nights in rather than wild nights out and stuff. Once I accepted that about myself, I actually gained more confidence.
Yeah.
And when I meet people, new people, and I'm able to be like, oh yeah, I'm a total nerd, I and I'm not pretending to be like this cool person, then actually, yeah, I feel like I can be more myself. But I think, I don't know, like, see, I also am really chatty and bubbly as well. Like, that is part of me too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm both.
I get you. So, what is your biggest regret?
Biggest regret is not being myself for a really long period of my life. I guess trying to live up to a standard that was actually not mine, trying to fit in, trying to make people like me, trying to make people love me, is needing to like fit in with some kind of crew or group and just behaving in whatever way they wanted me to. And also putting words in their mouth, like deciding what they wanted me to be, even if they hadn't said it, and then trying to perform that role rather than just being myself and making authentic friends and meeting people who like me for me and not just wanting me to be the entertainment. Yeah, I think just I wasn't true to myself. I didn't love myself. Like I didn't appreciate who I was for a really long time, and I wasn't able to like accept that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do struggle with that as well, growing up,
Yeah,
especially. And some
I
people
think
never
so.
grow out of it, to be honest. But it's good to be happy in yourself.
Yeah, I think it is. It is a struggle that so many young people, probably all young people, go through. And I guess that's just like the kind of journey to finding out who you are. I wish I had learned that quicker. I wish I had someone who kind of like told me or something like that I was good enough the way I was. And I think I just kept looking for that reassurance in the wrong places.
Yeah,
And if I had had like a group of friends maybe that like appreciated me the way I actually was, not the way I was presenting myself, then it would have been different. But I was like so focused on being what they wanted me to be rather than actually just being myself.
yeah, exactly. I get you.
Yeah. And also I regret not going to therapy earlier. Therapy is great and it's helped me learn who I am.
This podcast is sponsored by therapy.
It fucking is.
If you could change one thing in the world, what would that be?
Donald Trump.
That's
um,
going to be my answer next week.
oh, well, it's okay. It's worth saying twice. Um, no, but in all seriousness, I think, oh, mm, okay, controversial. I think I would destroy religion. I think religion wouldn't be a thing.
Mm.
Seen it do really bad things to people. I also know lots of people that have found like peace and comfort and good things from it and genuinely believe in God and stuff like that, and they're people who I really really like. So, you know, and if it brings them positive things, who am I to tell it to fuck off? But like I think, yeah, I just wish maybe we all just had one religion together or something rather than all these different ones, because I just think they're the cause of all the shit. And yeah,
Well, I
I don't.
don't think it causes all the shit. There is a strong push to things to come out of it, and they use religion, say, for instance, as their reason for it, which isn't right.
Exactly.
That's not what it's
Yeah,
there for.
that's the thing. Like I don't disagree with religion per se. Like I don't believe in God, but like I do believe in stuff. And I pray, I guess. Like I wouldn't give it that word, but like I guess I would like offer up thought to an energy above us all, you know. So I guess that is prayer in whatever way you think it is. And prayer is just like the kind of Christian word for it, but like it's the same thing really. But I don't like, you know, things like you can't be gay or you know, you can't
Oh
have sex
yeah,
before
all
you're
that stuff.
married, those kind of things. And like all the wars and
Yeah.
shame and guilt and those kind of things, I feel like religion, especially in Ireland, I think religion has had a quite a negative effect on our culture. However, there's also lots of good things. Blah, hard question.
Basically, you want to take all the bad parts out of religion and get rid of them and let people keep the good parts.
Yeah, and just let Donald Trump die.
Or just like
Okay.
take away his voice or something like that.
Oh, can we just drown him? Like, literally, can we all just get together as humanity and be like, look, let's just drown this one guy and see how we get on. I think things will improve.
Offer up as a sacrifice to the moon.
I fucking would. Like, if the moon was like, "Listen, bitch, give me Donald Trump and, you know, I'll look after your chi," I'd be like, all right, lady, you can have him. If anyone should be sacrificed, it should be him.
Oh, this podcast took a turn.
It really did. I'm so excited for your answers. These are deep.
Okay, moving swiftly on to a lighter note. I don't know, actually.
Yay.
This could be on your bucket list. So, what is on your bucket list around
Kill
Donald
Donald
Trump?
Trump. Bucket list. Go to Hawaii. I don't really have a bucket list. have babies. I really want to go to Hawaii. I really want to have babies.
Two vastly contrasting things.
That's kind of it. Like, I don't really have a bucket list. Like, just live in the moment is my bucket list. I don't really know. Have loads of plants, get a cat. These are things I'd like to do as well. I'd like to learn burlesque.
Interesting.
I think burlesque is cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still not fully certain what that is.
Like, you know, like nipple tassels and like dancing behind like a feather fan.
No, I do kind of know that. I have a general idea of what it is, but like
I think
the
burlesque is
feather
just,
fan was what came to mind actually.
yeah, it's like, I guess you call it like a dance style. It's like, I think it's like classy stripping basically. Like I don't think you show any actual like nude parts. I'm not sure.
It's more of a suggestion, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just really like flirty and like, yeah, like I think it's more like teasing. Like you don't actually get anything out, but like you can see where it is kind of.
Mark.
I just think to be honest, like human bodies are cool. I really enjoy naked bodies. I think they're awesome. I think we're so weird about it in Ireland, about nudity. We're so like, naked bodies. And I just think it'd be really liberating to like do something performative with like my nudity and be like proud of it, and like it not be like a shameful thing to have a fucking body, like, and to have genitals and boobs. Like, I just think it's cool. I think anything where people are like using their bodies to express themselves is cool, and especially if they're naked.
I have to say, not from a shame point of view, but I'm not into nudity. It's like I'll put
Oh
it away
yeah,
and look at it. Yeah, I just don't want to look at it.
I'm such a like nudie Judy. I just think nudity is awesome. I think it's beautiful in a way that is not only sexual. Like obviously like naked bodies can be sexual and that's cool, but like I also think our naked bodies are just very powerful things and they don't have to be sexual. And I think it's weird that like our bits that we cover with underwear are just like, oh my god, sex objects, when it's like it's actually just a body part, and it's not, it doesn't have to be sexy. But I do like that burlesque is like very sexy and flirty, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think learning burlesque, doing a burlesque show would be on my bucket list. Maybe I'll do that for my 30th.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Not hilarious. Not a hilarious say like I'd be laughing at you, but like that'll be gas crack was what I meant to say.
Come and see me in like my one woman burlesque show.
There's Vaughn streaking around the place.
It would be so fun. I'd love to do it.
I think you've already answered the next one.
Okay.
Because the next question was what would you most like to learn?
Burlesque. Um, perhaps burlesque. I'd love to learn another language properly, like actually properly be able to speak another language. I don't think I even care which language it is.
Yeah.
I just think it's cool to learn one, and I've never really committed to it, but I would like to. Or maybe like an instrument or something. Like I'd love to play guitar or something like that.
I've always found I don't have the patience. I get mad when I can't do it straight away.
Yeah, me too. I'm really not patient with it.
I have
So
patience
that's
for
why I've never.
language.
Yeah, you do your French. I kind of just haven't committed to it. I feel like if I did commit to it, it would be cool, but I just haven't. So, yeah.
That's it though. That's the thing, isn't it? You don't commit to it and you wonder why you're not getting good at it, and then you just get mad and stuff. And it's like, really? How did you learn
Yeah,
to walk? You didn't give up until you kept walking.
exactly. Like kids are so resilient. Like they fall down a million times and they're like, well, I'm just gonna do it again. Like, why do we suck as adults learning new things?
Because we're like, oh, I can't do it. Everyone's gonna know I can't do it. I have to stop.
I know. I tried to get Mark to teach me guitar before, but we just kept fighting with each other. Because he's like, you're so crap. And I'm like, you're a crap teacher. And he's like, you're a crap student. And then we just have a fight and then nobody learns the guitar. So I think I would need a teacher who is not Mark, even though he has taught other people and he's been a really good teacher. I think he just can't teach me.
There's some things the other half can't teach you. I have a feeling that would happen if I tried to get Peter to teach me, and he'd be like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'd be like, "It's all your fault."
Yeah, it's like when my dad tried to teach me to drive. Like, I'm sure he's a great teacher for other people, but I was just like, "Ah, you're making me so stressed."
Or
And
my
when,
mom does the all the time. Be
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
Jesus.
I know, my dad used to do that too. He'd be like, "Watch the road," and I'm like, "I am watching the road." But then when I did driving lessons, I was so chill and I passed my driving test and all that, so it was fine. And my dad used to tell me things that weren't the correct thing, and then I'd come back and be like, "Well, my driving instructor told me not to do that." And he was like, "I've been driving for bloody years. What do you mean he told you not to do that?" I'm like, "I'm just saying that's what he said. Like, you can't do that in the test." So
I
then I
was
think
full
it's
on
like,
screaming match with my mother and Rahini at a junction. You know, there you pull into the junction, and when the light goes red, you can turn.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and my mom's like, "You're not supposed to do that." And then the next day, I was with my driving instructor. I was like, "If that's the way you're supposed to do it," he was like, "That's exactly how you should do it." So I went back and was like, "Well, you were wrong."
Wait, what do you mean she didn't think you were supposed to turn at a junction when the light went green?
No, do you know when you pull into the junction and you're waiting in the box and there's
Oh,
a
yellow
green light,
box
and you know when
junction,
it
yeah.
goes red, if you're already in the junction, you can
You
turn
can
then.
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to
So she
go.
was like,
Otherwise, you're in
"You
the
have
middle of
that
a
now." I was like, "I'm
junction.
in the middle of the bleeding junction. What am I supposed to do here?"
That's exactly the rule of the yellow box junctions. That's what you're
Yeah.
meant to do. Well, actually, what you're really meant to do is that the other car who was in your way should have stopped on orange. So you should have been able to go on orange. But if that doesn't happen, you have to go on red.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, I was very smug when I came home. I was like, "Well, my driving instructor told me this." And she was like, "Well, that's just the way I learned." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I failed the test, but I learned the way you learned."
My dad used to tell me to, Dad, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I'm not blaming you. Like, you're a great driver, but yeah. My dad used to tell me that as you were, and now I do this now because all drivers actually do this, but you're not meant to do it in your test, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
he told me, when you're coming to a stop, to kind of slowly put the gear stick into first, because then obviously when you're gonna go, you're already in first gear. But the driving instructor was like, "No, you have to stop at neutral and then put it into first when you're gonna go, because that's what you have to do in the test."
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I was always like happily sliding my gear stick into first, like when I was stopping, and he had to be like, "No, you're not allowed to do that. You have to stop with the gear stick in neutral." I'm like, ah. He was like teaching me bad habits, but I obviously do that now.
Yeah, like everyone does that.
Who doesn't? It's weird to stop in neutral. That's stupid.
Right, we have digressed.
Yes.
You have 2 questions to go.
Ah, okay. I thought that was it. Okay.
Now, your second last question, your penultimate question
The penultimate
is,
question.
what is your biggest fear? This question.
Um, mm, being ordinary.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I don't like having that fear because I feel like it makes me do things just to make myself extraordinary. But I actually don't like the things, but I'm doing them so that I can be like, "Oh, look at how interesting I am."
Well, that's
You know?
interesting.
Mm. Hey, interesting.
No, no.
This is something like I talk about in therapy all the time. Like sometimes I'm afraid that I'm not interesting enough just as I am. Like that I have to be like doing something that's really interesting that people can be like, "Oh, that's cool." But actually, you know what? We're all cool enough just as we are. Like even if, you know, your biggest passion in life is like peeling
Accountancy.
potatoes or accountancy, that's cool. Like that's fine. Like if that's what you like, if that's what you're passionate about, awesome. Like no probs. And I've always been happiest when I've just been waitressing. And but I've always been waitressing while I'm like studying or like while I'm saving or while I'm doing something else, you know. And so it's always just kind of been like almost like a side gig. But I've actually realized I've always been happiest while doing it.
Yeah.
And all the other jobs that I've done have ended up causing me so much stress. And then when I go back to waitressing as like, okay, well, I'll just do this for a while until I figure out what I'm doing next, I've always been very happy. So, but I feel like when I tell people like I'm a waitress, that they probably think that I'm shit. Like I'm just like a shit person. And yeah,
What?
that's my
Because
biggest
they
fear.
work in an office, like?
Yeah, or I don't know, like say
Jesus,
like I worked
Jesus.
so hard to be a yoga teacher and then I was doing it really successfully and doing really, really well for like a new teacher. And then I just decided to stop. And, you know, I feel like all the other teachers are probably like, what the fuck are you doing? But like I'm happier now, so I don't really, I'm happy with my decision for now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it does make me afraid that people will just think I'm just like ordinary and I'm not like interesting. Fuck it, also. Like I don't really care what people think.
Well, that's their problem.
Yeah. And like honestly, I don't think anyone would think that. Like I would never think that of a person. If someone was like, "Oh yeah, I'm I don't even know, like a fucking I work at a bank." Sorry, Peter. Oh, a job that is considered like, I don't know, boring. I would never think that they are a boring person. Like I would just be happy for them if they were enjoying their life, and what they actually do with their life means nothing. But I always get afraid that people think that of me,
Yeah, I get you.
you know?
Well, the people who are thinking that are just insecure of their own life, so they're projecting it onto you.
Yeah, for sure. And like honestly, if I think about it, if anyone was that judgmental, they wouldn't be my kind of person anyway. Like I don't really like people who judge other people a lot. I mean, okay, we all do it a bit, but like, if someone was judging someone for being a waitress, I would be like, stop being a dick. But then I don't know, I'm always afraid that people are judging me for being a waitress. But if they are definitely a dick.
Yeah. Stop being a
Yeah.
dick, people.
Stop being a dick. I like being a waitress. It's fun.
No, there you go. See, if you enjoy it, who gives a shit about them?
Exactly. And I honestly do. Like, and I don't know if it's what I want to do forever. Who the fuck knows what I'm going to do next year or ever? I don't know. But right now, I'm enjoying it and it makes me happy. And I actually really don't give a fuck. So, yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, the final
Last one.
question. Dun dun dun.
Woo, woo, woo.
What are you most passionate about?
Oh. uh,
Sorry, I just loved how there was such a pause there. Like, what am I passionate about?
I don't know. I am most passionate about being kind.
Ooh, interesting one.
I think
Wonderful.
we could all be a bit kinder. I think, yeah, that's my biggest passion in life. Just people just accepting themselves for the way they are, people loving themselves, just like, yeah, everyone just a bit less hate for yourself, for everyone around you. Just put a bit more love in the world and a bit less hate, and then like I feel like more flowers will grow. What am I talking about?
Yvonne the hippie is back.
Yeah, here she is. Peace and love, flower children.
5 minutes ago, she wanted to kill Donald Trump. Now she's like,
I
yeah.
I still do want to kill Donald Trump. I'm also passionate about that. He's a dick. He would judge me for being a waitress.
You would.
I think, yeah, kindness, love, peace and love, being a hippie, that's my passion.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That was actually a good one. It's an answer I didn't expect.
Oh, what did you expect?
I have no idea, but that was very, like, left of field, but it was a very good answer.
Oh, thanks.
Makes you think.
I feel like I got to know myself a little bit better.
Yeah,
They're really good questions.
they are very good questions.
So we're going to ask Chrissy the same 10 questions next week.
Yep.
And you will get to know Chrissy. Now, she has a head start because she's heard them all now and she's heard my answers.
But knowing me, I'll put the book down, I'll forget about it, and then next week I'll be like, oh shit, yeah. So don't worry.
What's my passion?
What is my passion?
I don't know. Who am I? What am I doing with my life? Okay, well, I think, guys, we are going to leave it there.
Yep.
Chrissy, thank you so much for asking me these questions, giving me a chance to talk about myself for an hour.
And thank you for answering them, honestly.
No worries. No worries. It was fun. I actually enjoyed that.
And shall we tell everyone where we can find you? Can we find you still? You appeared briefly the other day.
Yeah, I appeared briefly on the gram to tell everyone, thank you for this opportunity to plug, to tell everyone that I am selling my not old clothes, but like my pre-loved clothes and some of my lockdown art on Depop. So you can find me on Depop at, what is it? At Yvonne Hega. So Hega. And yeah, that's kind of the only place I am right now. I may pop back onto the gram for a moment or something.
To advertise again.
Possibly, but I've kind of been enjoying my life social media free.
Fair.
Yeah, for the moment. Who knows? Chrissy, where can people find you?
You'll still find me on Instagram at Chrissy H Fitness, and you'll also still find me on TikTok at Chrissy H Fit.
Perfect.
About doing silly things.
Silly things are good.
I think they're fun.
All right, guys, thank you so much as always for listening. We appreciate the support and the time.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to Why Not podcast with Yvonne and Chrissy. We appreciate any support, so please subscribe and share and like the podcast if you can.